You are now watching The Franchise on the DML Network.
Welcome into the DML Network and another episode of The Franchise. It's your boy Expert, and you know I always got an all-star panel with me. We'll start with the OG. It's the co-commish, Tone Dog. What's up, Tone Dog?
What up?
No doubt. Of course, you know we don't do this show without Andre, the Black Adam Schefter. What's going on, Andre?
Let's go back. 2020. What is it, 2021 now? Or 2020?
2020. It is season 2020 in the Dynasty. That's Andre. And you know we got the homie Taz with us. What's up, Taz?
What's good, fellas?
No doubt. Big shout out to the homie JB. Couldn't make it to this episode of the franchise, but we got a replacement. It's the real KP. The bus is running. What's going on, KP?
What's going on, man? Attributes don't lie. Let's get it.
All right, guys. When we had a franchise, you know that means another season of the Dynasty is over, and we've had a draft. Is everybody ready for the new season in the Dynasty? Andre, are you ready for 2020?
Hey, I'm ready for 2020, but before we move on, let's congratulate the champ. We got the champ on the line, the host, the voice of the Dynasty. I give it up for my man Expert for winning the first bowl, putting up his first banner. I'm looking to join you this year, man.
Yeah, no doubt. It was definitely a gauntlet run, running through tight work. Dad Boy Good, King Vitamin in the hot tub in the bowl. Was a great experience. It's great when you get your first one, but it makes you want to get number 2 and 3. Now I see why the other KP and hot tub and tight work always fought so hard to get that second one. But let's start the franchise and let's go to the number 1 pick. And guys, it's Butters. He put some picks on the line, went up there to get that first pick. And Andre, talk to me about this linebacker. Now I know that Butters couldn't make the draft, so he kind of set his draft board up to only select this guy. So talk to me about this middle linebacker that he picked up with his superstar development.
Man, the bounty of picks that Butters gave up, man. He gave up a lot. He definitely gave up a lot. 2 firsts, a second and a third, I believe, to get Mr. Weeks from LSU, man. But Mr. Weeks he's an animal, man. The dude is 88 speed, 92 acceleration. He got 80 zone coverage. So when in his zone coverages, the dude gonna be knocking down balls. He's gonna be intercepting passes. He's gonna be wreaking all kinds of havoc. Donald Weeks is the type of middle linebacker that can change a franchise.
No doubt could change a franchise. Tone Dog, talk about this pick. Was this worth everything he gave up to go and get this pick?
Well, yeah. I mean, this guy's a superstar. He comes in 2 points shy of an 80, so he's ready to go. 6'2", 237. I mean, this dude is going to be a nice little thumper right there in the middle. And with that 80 zone coverage, I mean, he might be able to cover tight ends in the Tampa 2 deep down the field. So, I mean, giving up the farm, I don't know, but, I mean, it's a great, solid pick, at least to start off your defensive backfield.
Yeah, no doubt Donald Weeks is a great linebacker. But somebody's got to agree with me. He gave up way too much for all the holes that the Detroit Lions has. He could have, with all the picks he gave up, maybe filled a couple extra holes versus just one. Taz, KP, what y'all think?
I agree with you. I was going to say the same thing. Like, Weeks is a monster, but for everything he gave up and for everything that he needs, I don't think it was a smart decision. Yeah, he has this superstar linebacker that, be the captain of defense, but he had so many holes on his defense. He was going into the draft, I think he had, 3 starting cornerbacks?
Yeah.
It was just so many holes. I think I looked, and he had 39 players on his roster going into the draft, and he gave up all those picks, to get this one guy. So now he has to go into free agency and get, a bunch of leftovers. So good luck to him.
Yeah, and that's really going to hurt him, KP. What you think about that?
Man, I also think he gave up a lot for this superstar middle linebacker, man. I mean, I've never been one to trade a bunch of picks just to get one player. You know, you got to build your team, and this one player can't play all positions. You know what I'm saying? You don't have 11 Donald Weeks on each side of the ball. So
that's a good point. That's a good point.
We're going to see how it turn out there in Detroit.
Yeah, and he gets to play your Bears twice a year, so you'll see Donald Weeks for several years to come. But with the second pick in the draft, we got to give out our first award. Dion, cue the video.
No, I'm all about that rape, popsicle. I'm all about that rape, popsicle. I'm all about that rape, popsicle. I'm all about that rape.
That's right. With the second pick, we've already given away the Cosby Award. And it goes to the homie Andre, a.k.a. H-Speed. Not necessarily for one Cosby, but he should have got two Cosbys. The homie had 2 top 10 picks. Andre, tell me how you did that going into this draft.
Well, as a GM, you have to be thinking about the next year, and you have to be thinking about your roster going forward. I think Houdini asked me why I drafted a quarterback. That's because I signed Kirk Cousins to a short contract, so I knew I wanted to get him out of there. So I had to make a move in order to be high enough to get a franchise quality quarterback. So I got on the phone and I talked to T-Pain, and we made a deal for his first round pick in the 2020 draft. And then Flair called and he said, hey, I want to get back into the first round this year. Now, I didn't have a first round, but I contacted my good guy, Tight Work, made a deal, gave him 2 second-round picks for number 32, traded that to Flair for his first-round pick in the following draft, and that's how I got 2 top 10 picks. And
oh, my gosh.
It's going to make a big difference.
It's going to make a big difference. And talk to us about this linebacker you selected, number 2.
Man, this guy, he changed my draft board. Actually, him and Weeks changed my draft board. I had intentions on drafting Harvey George, the strong safety out of that the Titans ended up getting. But when I seen the combine, we went to the combine. We had interviews with Weeks and Raymond. And I said, man, we got to go up and get one of these guys. I got a big void in the middle of my defense. Zach Brown was getting older. I really didn't have another guy to play middle linebacker. And it was going to be either Weeks or Raymond. Both guys impressed us. And both of them look pretty good. Only difference is that Weeks is a superstar. But Raymond is a harder hitter. Raymond's a thumper. This guy got 89 hit power. So you come across that middle, he's gonna make you feel it.
Well, I think that's the difference, H-Speed. Weeks is a superstar linebacker going to a normal user, where Raymond is a normal linebacker going to a superstar user. So we can already decide who's gonna have the better career, and I think it's gonna be that guy in Washington. But this is another case where you got 2 different guys. Butters gives up so much to go get that first pick, but Andre works a way out to get 2 top 10 picks. And he's a good user. See, that's the difference between just the run-of-the-mill average GM, right, Taz? And then you got those superstar GMs that are making moves throughout the year to put themselves in position.
I agree. I totally agree with that. Andre just he worked it, got in position, and scored. Basically, I mean, now I give it all to.
No doubt. Andre, I just want to know what kind of music you put on before you talk to these dudes in the chat. Like, is there a special, we've heard you sing on streams before, but is there a music you put on as you slipping these dudes picks from them?
Little R. Kelly.
Before you grease him up, you got to get him some R. Kelly action. He does go deep inside.
Man. Here, listen, the Cosby Award will never die in the Dynasty. Tone Dog, we even have a calculator to help you make sure you're doing great trades. Why is there still the Cosby Award?
Unbelievable. I just don't understand some of these guys in the league and kind of what they're thinking on their GM deals. But hats off to Andre. I mean, to have a pick, to give up to move into the first round, and then to talk to Flair of all people and swap picks with him. I mean, that's the brain trust right there, man. I mean, that's a GM. I mean, good. Hats off to Andre, man. Hell of a move.
No doubt. All right, guys, those are the top 2 picks. Let's move on to number 3. And this was a sim pick as well. The Ravens get him a slow development cornerback, Haynes Bean. All right, KP, talk to us about this. Is this where if you don't set your draft board up, you really are hurting yourself in the dynasty?
I mean, I totally agree. I mean, I've tried setting my draft board up in numerous leagues, and it just don't work. So apparently it didn't work here. But, I mean, to get a slow development quarterback, I mean, he's good, but he's going to need some work to get that up in development to go from a slow to a normal, at least. But, I mean, then we also talking about the Ravens as well. I mean, I don't know how many games they're going to win this season, but, I mean, this might be a nice little piece to get them one extra win this season. I mean, who knows?
Wow. And there was some debate, Andre, in the media room about whether this should have been a Stretch Armstrong Award winning pick here, because the Ravens had so many holes, and this cornerback being slow development just really is not going to help him much, Andre. I know there was some guys that thought this should have been the Stretch. Now, I wasn't one of those guys because it was a sim pick. I really think it has to be an actual pick to be a stretch. But is this our first stretch of the Dynasty draft?
It's, you know what? To me, I did vote for this as a stretch pick. And the reason I voted for it was because you have to set your draft board up. It does work. If you are the 3rd pick, you need to have at least 4 guys that you would want to pick right there. Okay. Now, if you don't, then that's on you. You gotta work the tools available. We didn't have that last year, so it would have definitely been a computer pick. And I tried to move up to the 3rd spot. I offered him the 5th pick, and I think I offered him a 2nd round pick. And he basically rejected the deal, and he said he said that he felt like I was trying to get him. I said, well, I called JB and we made it happen.
And so you got JB this time instead of the Ravens. Okay. But maybe he set his draft board up. Maybe this is a guy he thought was going to be a good pick. Well, I guess we'll find out later. But let's move on, because we always have a second award. And so we have a little video from a sponsor. Dion, cue the video.
Breaking news. Today, unpredictable events have occurred across the globe. Who has come to save the day for humanity? Who is this mysterious mighty hero?
Stretch Armstrong.
Your stretchable superhero. Stretch him 4 times his size. He becomes bigger than a building. Tie him into a knot. He always goes back to his original shape. Stretch him again and again. Stretch Armstrong. The return only from character.
Stretch Armstrong.
That's right, Dynasty. It's time for that Stretch Armstrong Award. And Taz, it's going to the Raiders with LaMarcus Chairless. Another cornerback, slow development. Now, he does have a lot of speed, Taz, but why is this a Stretch Armstrong winner?
Because there was some great cornerbacks that went off the board after this pick. You look at his speed and it's amazing. And I think that's definitely one of the things that Dynasty guys get hooked on is speed. And truthfully, his man and zone coverage isn't that bad. His press isn't bad. But to develop him with RXP sliders is going to be tough. You're going to have to pray that he wins some award somewhere along the line. That division he is in, it could be a possibility because, my brother Mo does throw a lot of INTs.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
There is a possibility, but just so many quality corners came off the board after this pick. Like it just, I had to vote for it.
Darkness, I want Darkness to know there was a lot of guys rooting for him not to get the Stretch Armstrong award for this, but there was a lot of guys that had some good reasons why this should be the Stretch. Tone Dog,
Yes.
is this a true stretch for Darkness and the Raiders?
Well, I don't think so. And I mean, my personal feeling is obviously we don't know these development traits when we get them. And I mean like the slow, superstar, or normal. So obviously, he took him for his speed. It looks like maybe, one of his other traits might have been the agility, which was, he probably could have seen on the top 3 of those traits. But, his man is decent. His zone is one shy away from an 80, and he's slow development. So, like Chad said, he's probably going to have to try to win some awards or get to a Pro Bowl or do something to be able to get that to normal. But 96 speed, 96 acceleration, I mean, that dude's going to be on you. He's going to be on you.
Yeah, I did not vote for this being a stretch. I know Andre voted this not to be the stretch. So, KP, you're the only guy in here not in the media room with us on a daily basis. Would you call this a stretch pick at number 4?
I wouldn't call it a stretch pick, man. I just take it as he was watching the gridiron cards and saw this guy as a spotlight. With 96 speed, 96 acceleration. It's gonna be hard to get past this guy. But you got to think, he's 6'1". He's only 22 years old, so he has time to build them up.
Right.
And all he really needs to do is maybe win a couple Player of the Weeks. That slow development could jump up to normal. Then, hey, we looking at a potential great cornerback for the Raiders.
Correct.
True. But unfortunately, Darkness, you got voted as a Stretch Armstrong. Do with it what you want. We would appreciate if you change your name in the chat to involve some kind of essay or put the Armstrong on there, whatever you want to do. But let's move on. That's the number 4 pick. Number 5 goes to the homie JB and the Titans. And Taz, he goes and gets him a superstar at strong safety, Mr. Harvey George. Talk about this monster.
He is a beast. I saw him in the news feed. He won the Heisman and just knew he was going to be something special. It was going to be interesting to see where he fell, and I know JB has been trying to put together a strong defense over there, and he definitely got a winner right here.
No doubt. And he's got to get some defense. He's got the likes of Expert, King Vitamin, and the homie T-Pain that know how to put points on the board. All right, Andre, 91 speed, 92 acceleration. He's only got 82 hit power at the strong safety, but he's already got 84 zone coverage. Is this a guy that can anchor the Titans for the next 6 years? Oh, did I lose Andre? All right, KP, we'll go to you. 92 acceleration, 84 zone coverage. Is this the strong safety to anchor that defense?
Hey, I'm gonna try to answer this as best as I could, because I don't pick strong safeties as well, based on my grade last year. But I like this safety, man. He's 91 speed. He got good zone coverage, and although he only has 82 hit power, it's still in the 80s. So I definitely would have selected this guy if I was in this position and I needed a safety. He's young, so he's gonna go out there and ball.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Great pick at number 5 for the Titans. But let's move on to number 6, and it's the commish, Dion, with the number 6 pick, and we see our first quarterback go off the board. All right, Tone Dog, you and Dion are real close. AJ Gasperson goes to the Vikings. Is this the future in Minnesota?
Well, yeah, he should be. Alabama quarterback, so he's coming out pretty smart. 91 throw power, so he definitely wants something above a 90. Looks like he's definitely in the 80s for his mid and short, and the rest of his accuracy. So I think he'll be good. I don't think Dion usually likes to take off running with the quarterback a lot. So this guy can, kind of stay in the pocket and run Dion's kind of like a West Coast style of football is what I like to call it. He definitely likes to get the ball out. Not too many deep balls. He's more of a medium route to short kind of guy. So I think this guy will be able to fit in Deion's system.
No doubt. And I talking to the homie Deion, he said this was the best quarterback coming out the draft. Taz, do you agree with that?
From what I've seen so far, he is one of the top quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Is he going to be the best quarterback to come out in this draft? I don't want to call it based off of just, grades and numbers. I want to call it off of performance. So I know Deion's going to do good things with him, but it's going to be interesting to see out of the top 3 quarterbacks that came off the board who actually performs the best.
Yeah, no doubt. Did Andre get back on? I wanted to give him a chance on this quarterback. That's all right. We'll move on to the number 7 pick. It's the Saints and the homie Matty Ice. And he goes and gets him a quick development wide receiver, 97 speed, 95 acceleration. This guy has 85 jumping at 5'10", 81 spectacular catch already, and he's already got 83 route running with quick development, which means that route running could jump to 87, 88 by the time the mid-season point. By the time of the end of the season, he could have that into the 90s almost. KP, now you get to see the homie Matty Ice a little bit in the NFC. Is this a guy you gotta plan for when you see the Saints on the schedule?
Of course, man. When you see 97 speed, you better put somebody on him. Two people if you can. But he's also a short guy, so you don't know what type of hits he can take. And you can see Hageman being on the Saints this season, but he might be on another team next season. We all know Matty Ice like to trade, so look for Hageman in a different uniform next season.
I can assure you that Hageman will be a Saint for several years in New Orleans. This is one of those guys you just don't give up. And Tone, is this one of those guys you just got to find a way to get him to football?
Yeah, and I think the Saints, he'll look and he'll see kind of maybe even how SJ does it. But I mean, fuck, at 97 speed, 95 acceleration. Oh my God, this guy's going to stretch the field. He's going to make the defense pay attention. Keep the defense honest is what I like to call it. So I think Matty Ice probably, you might see him change up his game just a little bit. And watch out in those DMs, man. Matty Ice might be contacting you for some help.
It's a copycat league, man.
Oh,
Okay.
it sure is.
Homie Andre came back. All right, Andre, talk about your boy Matty Ice. He picks up Miles Hageman, the fastest guy in the draft this year.
Hey, it's a copycat league. He's seen what Reggie Kelly did in Washington. He asked me about the guy Hageman. He's like, man, can I do the same thing with Hageman, with Kelly? I said, man, I don't know. It's only one Reggie Kelly, but you got to see what you get. But this guy's a stud, man. 97 speed, 95 acceleration. You can't teach speed. This guy got put me up. He's like John Ross, Reggie Kelly type, and he's gonna. You have to get the ball in his hands. Screens, quick passes, and deep balls.
Yes.
Yeah, no doubt. Great pick by Matty Ice and the Saints. But let's move on to number 8, and it's the Cardinals. And he goes and gets him a left tackle, Jordan Sylvester. Normal development, 87 strength. He's already got 83 run block, 84 pass block, 89 impact block. The Cardinals got him a nice piece at left tackle here. Taz, talk about this guy. Is this an anchor for Arizona?
Yes, he needed him because my Rams front is coming. I tried to tell everybody in the off season, we coming. I brought in some more pieces, and based off our games last season especially, he couldn't keep Mariota off his back, and so he went out and he got something that he really needed, and then Sylvester's gonna help him out.
Yeah, no doubt about that. All right, KP, offensive line. How important is your offensive line in the Dynasty?
Offensive line is very important, man. For a guy that played offensive lineman myself, it all starts in the trenches, man. So you can't block, you can't pass, you can't run. So this is a good piece for the Cardinals, man, at that left tackle.
No doubt. Definitely got him a top lineman in the draft. He's going to have to work on that awareness. Not a big speed guy. Pretty slow at the left tackle, but you're not pulling the left tackle very, very much. This is a good pick by Underrated in the Cardinals. But let's move on to the second quarterback taken off the board, and it's the homie Andre. You took Kevin Turnbull. Now, we talked about Deion saying his quarterback was the best in the draft. Tell me why Turnbull is going to be the top guy when it's all said and done.
This is the future rookie of the year, Kevin Turnbull. The bottom line is this, man, and it's all, when we were talking about GM, and it's all about anticipating who's going to pick what. Now, I didn't anticipate Deion taking the quarterback at 6, but I knew I was going to get one of the top 2 quarterbacks regardless. You know, top 3 quarterbacks at 9. That's why I took the linebacker instead of taking the quarterback early, even though I knew for sure I was going to take a quarterback. Now, Kevin Turnbull has every passing grade right now. He's not a quick or superstar development, but he got 88 short, he got 82 medium, and he got 82 on the deep ball. So he can do it all, and he can throw in the run with 85, and he got good throw power. Now, the difference is that as a user, Kevin Turnbull is going to the Redskins. He got a good running game. He got a superstar in Reggie Kelly to throw to. He got Dante Moncrief to throw to. Who is Gasperin throwing to? You know what I'm saying? That's all you got to ask. And then Watson went to the Buffalo Bills. Now, he does got Terry to throw to, but Hamilton is not the greatest quarterback when it comes to, in the dynasty. That's what it's about.
Wow. All right, Andre. And since you mentioned Watson, let's just move on to the 10th pick. It is Thomas Watson going to the Buffalo Bills and Hamilton, who's kind of struggled here in Madden 18. All right, Tone Dog, go ahead and let's knock down what Andre said, because this quarterback has all the attributes as well. At 6'4", he's got 91 throw power, short, medium, and deep, all in the 80s. Short accuracy already at 87. This guy's got 77 speed at quarterback. What makes Turnbull a step above where Deion and Hamilton picked?
You know, it's interesting. I mean, I actually might agree with Andre, at least on the quarterbacks are basically about even, all 3. You can flip a coin and, play all 3. But I think he hit the nail on the head when he described the quarterbacks going to the user and at least how they play and maybe who they're throwing to and how their game plan is. Like I said, Deion's more of a West Coast kind of guy. Andre is going to pound the rock and then play action U and maybe throw it short. And, Hamilton, he's still, I think, trying to find exactly what he does great. Andre obviously is going to toot his horn, saying that he's got the best one because he's got the pieces around it. But I would actually say, don't even sleep on Deion, because this kind of fits his style. And, obviously for the Bills, this guy is coming in at a 79 overall with, again, a 91 throw power, and everything else is in the 80s. So I'm interested to see. Again, it's going to be how these 3 users will match up and make these guys better.
Hey, expert, this was the year to quarterback. This was the year to quarterback. If you needed a quarterback, this was the draft to get it. Now, it wasn't a lot of superstars, but these are solid quarterbacks in Watson and Turnbull and Gasperin and the next pick that
Flair took. Let's look at number 11. It's the homie Flair, and he takes a quarterback, Greasy. Now, he's only got 89 throw power, but that's not bad. You still got good throw power. He's still got good short accuracy, medium accuracy in the high 80s. Deep accuracy, he's 1 away from an 80. This is a good quarterback too. But Taz, does it come down to what team these quarterbacks go to?
Yes. As I was saying when I was talking on Deion's quarterback, we can look at these numbers on paper all day and say, yeah, this is a good quarterback. This is a good quarterback. It's all going to boil down to the team they go to. And I agree with Andre, does this quarterback have the weapons to throw to make him successful? right now, I played Flair earlier this morning. Right now, Flair has some weapons. He's putting together a team, but is it going to last? You know, he's in a tough division. Is it going to be one of those things where, you know, the pressure just gets to him, and all of a sudden, you know, Greasy has, you know, the interception record, and he starts regressing? So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see this, you know, season, how these young QBs take over their teams.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And you got Greasy already at 24 years old. But guys, 3 quarterbacks in a row. Let's break out of this quarterback slump we're in. Let's move on to the 12th pick. It's the Falcons, and he goes and gets him a left end, Jameel Brennan. Now, if you look at this guy and all his attributes, this guy is a monster. 6'6", 248 pounds, 80 strength. He's got 89 finesse moves already. He's got 85 speed, 86 acceleration at the left end. KP, this is the guy you better chip with the running back. You better help with the tight end.
Hey, man, you better chip, help with the tight end, spotlight, do everything. Because he's coming off the edge with some heat. I mean, 85 speed, 86 acceleration, 89 finesse move. This is the type of guy I would love in Chicago. Team up with Leonard Floyd.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, I got to play the Falcons the first preseason game. Maybe Deshaun Watson coming off a little Super Bowl slump. He is running for his life from this Brennan guy. This guy was in the backfield non-stop. We had to make an adjustment early in the first drive and kind of change the protection to help Deshaun Watson. But we won't give away any free chicken from Expert. All right, Tone Dog, talk about Brennan.
Yeah, you know, I was kind of itching a little bit. I like Brennan's speed, but I'm looking at his weight. I mean, 240 pounds, DN, I'm not really feeling it, at least not him at a DN. I would like to see what he looks like maybe as an outside 3-4 linebacker, maybe with his hand in the dirt. 80 strength, I'm not really feeling the 80 strength. I mean, 80, yes, it's in green, but you get on a left tackle with a 90-plus impact block, and it's a wrap as long as you don't come out the pocket. So I would really kind of just like to maybe see him double train as like a 3-4 outside linebacker, or actually see, you know, what his overall is at that position. Yes, his speed is wonderful. If you get out the pocket, he's going to catch you. But I think if you stay in the pocket with a good O-line and at least a left tackle with great impact block, and this guy gets his hands on you, he's not going nowhere. I mean, he's 248 pounds. He might get picked up and tossed to the side. So, I mean, let's see what, I mean, you know, let's see what you can do maybe at O-linebacker, man.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. I tell you, the homie Pete, he's using this guy right, because I got a pretty good left tackle, and he's not even engaging the tackle. He's just running around him. That's the thing. With that 85 speed, 86 acceleration, your lineman better get out the block real quick to pick this guy up. But let's move on to number 13 pick. And it's the homie Hot Tub. And he moved up in the draft to go and get this guy. Middle linebacker, and Antion Bostic out of Ohio State. So, you know, he's coming from linebacker U. 22 years old at 6'3", 83 speed. He's got 86 tackle, 84 hit power. This is a guy that Hot Tub likes. All right, Andre, you get to play this guy twice a year. He got him another superstar at middle linebacker that he'll run around with and control the middle of that field. What you gonna do with him?
Man, Boston was the third best linebacker in this draft. I think, for my money, I think it was a bit of a reach. I wouldn't have got him no earlier than the second round. I was hoping that he'd probably be there in the second round, to be honest with you. But he's going to a good program in Dallas. That's the only, you know, to me, that's the only real positive. You could have got this guy undrafted, you know, with these type of attributes in my mind. Maybe not a 76, but a 73. You know what I mean? So for you to trade up, I think he traded a beast guard to the Patriots to pick up this guy. So, you know, I think that cap is finally going to catch up with him. I think that's why he got to start moving some pieces.
Well, we know how the homie Hot Tub does. So we'll give him a pass. But I think this is a good linebacker. And you know the homie Hot Tub, I think we talked about, he's got some guys on his squad already at 99. He knows how to develop players. So Hot Tub is one of those guys, I think, that can get any kind of guy in the draft and turn him into a good player. So it's a little bit harder for Hot Tub to reach versus a Butters or a Flair or even, a JB. But, we got to respect the homie Hot Tub because he's always there in the end. But let's move on because it's the homie Tone Dog and those Broncos. All right, Tone Dog, tell us why KJ Terry was the pick at number 14.
Jesus, man, I got two old heads on the outside right now. They should be retired. I mean, I was actually surprised that one of them did not retire this year. So this was actually a pick to kind of go ahead and replace one of those two. And it gets no better than he's coming out of the University of Southern California, my hometown, the Trojans. You can't beat that with a bat. 92 speed, 93 acceleration. Everything else is green lit, ready for your boy. Normal development, one shy away on the overall away from 80. So he's going to come in, step right in, and I'm going to put him to work.
Yeah, 93 spectacular catch already. 89 catching traffic. This is a guy that's going to go get the football. And he's coming from USC where they just breed wide receivers. But let's move on to the next pick. And we're going to let the homie KP talk about this because it's the Packers. And it's the homie John, the former police officer. And he goes and gets him a cornerback. And maybe this is why the Raiders pick was a reach. Because he gets him a superstar cornerback. He's only got 89 speed, but he's got 90 accelerations. But this guy is already ready to cover everything on the field. 82-man coverage, 81 zone. He's got 92 agility, 84 press, so he's going to get up in your face. KP, do you have wide receivers that can get past Hassan Neast?
Hey, man, I got a few receivers, man, but everybody know I'm a run first guy. I'm giving out chicken. Stop it if you want. It don't matter. But this guy's right here, he's pretty good, man. I mean, superstar development. He's only 5'10", though, so I don't know how he'll, compare versus bigger receivers, but I mean, this guy may help him. Well, he had 7 wins last season. He'll get to 8. Finish second or third.
Wow. Okay, John, he's throwing the gauntlet down. He said 7-8 wins again, missing the playoffs again in the NFC North. Let's not waste any more time because we're going to spend a little bit of time on this next pick. It's number 16. And it's the Carolina Panthers going and getting another guy from the gridiron. It's Lindsey McClure. Now, I'm going to let Andre talk about this in the end because he's our running back guru. But let's start with Taz. This guy was up for the Stretch Armstrong Award. Why is this a stretch? If this guy, look at his talent, 95 speed, 94 acceleration, why would this be a stretch for the Panthers?
Man, because C-Rob will draft a running back, one of the top running backs, every single draft. I don't know what he's looking for. I mean, it's a mystery to me because he will get a great running back. Well, first of all, let's start with he had a great running back out the box.
Yeah.
And he traded him away.
Yeah,
he drafted him.
He had White Lightning. He had White Lightning and McCaffrey. Like this is just McCaffrey, just called Lindsey McClure. That's all it is.
I don't know what he's looking for. What are you looking for, C-Rob? What is it? Can you please explain it to us? Because we just don't understand.
So, Andre, talk to me about this pick. What is C-Rob? It's like maybe C-Rob's controller is stuck, and it only lets him see halfbacks, and that's why he has to draft one. He just picks the best one every year. He's just going to recycle that pick every single year.
Absolutely. The problem with this pick is that the player is a great player. Lindsey McClure, 95 speed, 94 acceleration. He get an open field, it's a wrap. He got 80 juke and 84 spin. I mean, the guy, he can do everything you want out the backfield. I believe he got good route running as well. I was looking at him as well, and I was thinking maybe he'll be in the second round.
Yeah.
Now, the Panthers had other needs to fill besides running back. They got that beast Garden, and from what I seen, he said it was going to be thunder and lightning. That's what he said in the chat. So, Hey, McClure's a great player. Don't get me wrong, but like you said, out the box, he had Christian McCaffrey, and it just didn't work. You know what I mean? So maybe it didn't work with his playing style. So why would you go out and get Lindsey McClure? To me, it's almost a wasted pick when you could have got another cornerback, when you could have got a safety, you could have got an offensive lineman to help protect, or a quarterback, which you did go get in the second round.
Yeah. I'll say this. We had two guys on our draft board that the Texans were looking at. Lindsey McClure was one. We were hoping, we were for sure he wasn't going in the first round, hoping he'd make it to 32, but C-Rob snatches him up. And, of course, that's probably the 32nd halfback that C-Rob has drafted in the Dynasty since I've been here. So hopefully Lindsey McClure is exactly what C-Rob is looking for. But let's move on to number 17. And it's the homie Houdini. And he goes and gets him another quarterback, another guy that loves to draft one position. And he gets Bryant Warren coming out of Notre Dame. This is a big guy, 6'5", 230 pounds, 89 throw power, but a lot of his other attributes look good. Is this a good pick at 17, Tone Dog?
You know what? He might just be choosing the best available quarterback that's left. I'm not in love with that 89 throw power. Especially in Cleveland, where I think he does get a little bit of win. But other than that, I mean, he's not too far off. I mean, he actually looks like the fourth best quarterback based on the other three that went before him. So, you know, I think somebody posted in the chat that he looks like another Cody Kessler. But, you know, at 6'5", he'll be able to get the ball over the line. Shouldn't be too many balls batted down. So, you know, we'll just have to see what he does with him.
Yeah, and the homie Houdini does love throwing the football. So we'll see what Brian Warren can do up there in Cleveland. But let's move on to number 18. We're going to try and get through some of these picks pretty quick. All right, KP, I'm going to go to you. This is a wide receiver coming out of Georgia. 91 speed, 89 acceleration at 6'1", but he's got 93 jumping ability and 90 spectacular catch. DeAndre Curtis, is this a good pick for Andy Force and those 49ers?
I like DeAndre. I mean, he's 91 speed, 89 acceleration. He can catch the ball. He has good route running, and he comes in at a 80 overall out of the gate. So he's 23 years old. Put him out there, man, and let's see what he can do.
Yeah, no doubt. Definitely a guy that's going to be able to get up and go get the football. All right, guys, let's move on to number 19. And it's the OG Chris Murray and his Steelers, and he gets a quick development left in. Marquise Brutley. Now, Andre, I got an issue with this 79 strength. Now, this is a big, huge left end at 297 pounds. Maybe Chris Murray is going to look at moving this guy into defensive tackle, but at 79 strength, I don't know if that's going to work for him. But he does have 86 block shedding, 85 power moves. Can he develop this guy into a good defensive lineman?
Well, it depends on what system you're running. If he's running that 3-4, he definitely can play end on the 3-4 because his job is mainly just to occupy some blocks and stop the run as far as the 3-4 defense. And those linebackers are more or less the pass rushers. The guy's solid other than that strength, though. If you take away, you know, the strength and the speed is at 79, but everything else, like you said, that power moves and that block shed is pretty good for Mr. Bruntley.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, let's move on to number 20. All right, Taz, we're going to go to you because this is your boy Mo Booker, and he selects a tight end at number 20. Now, Mo Booker, I want you to know that this was my vote for the Stretch Armstrong Award because you don't take a tight end in the first round unless he better have at least quick or superstar development, and he better be just a monster. Now, this tight end can run, Taz. He only has 80 speed, but he's got 90 acceleration, and he's catching everything, catching traffic, spectacular catch. This is a good guy, but my biggest issue, and this is why he's a stretch for me, Mo had other pieces he should have filled, plus he's only got 61 route running. That is horrible at a tight end to pick in the top 20.
I do have to agree with you. Now, but speaking with him, you know, I know he released Travis Kelce right before the draft. And so he was stuck with, I think, just Escobar as his tight end. So he had to get a tight end. And JB pointed it out in the chat a little bit earlier. He thinks, it was a panic pick. Time running down. You know, he wasn't sure who he wanted to grab at that point, and so he went with the safe pick, the tight end, which he probably could have grabbed him later on in the second round with his second round pick. And as we saw, his division rival, that boy Good, picked the other tight end, who turned out to be quick development.
The best tight end in the draft. Yeah, we'll look at him at 28. And that's what made this the stretch, because it's not even the best tight end in the draft. But you look at things different when you're looking at attributes and how tall he is. There's just so many factors. To me, this is the stretch. I guess since the darkness bailed you out, Mo, you get to skate by another year. But that's okay, because you got back-to-back picks. Now, let's look at this next pick. It's the right guard, Paul Pete. And Tone Dog, all right, Paul Pete coming out of Alabama, 87 strength. He's got 80 run block, 78 pass block, 91 impact block. This is a monster at right guard. He goes from a stretch pick at tight end, and then he gets his head right, and he actually gets a great pick. This is a guy that can anchor the interior of his line for years to come. Tone, this is a good pick for Mo Booker.
Yeah, I think he definitely redeemed himself with that previous pick. And this guy actually blocked for that quarterback that we had talked about earlier. But coming in with a 91 impact block, I definitely do like the 87 strength. So he definitely would be able to anchor that right side of the line.
Yeah, this is a good pick. From a horrible pick to a great pick, Mo Booker evens out to just 50-50. Decent draft. But let's move on. It's the homie Sweets. And KP, this your boy here. This your boy Sweets with the Jets. And he goes and gets him Roy Henderson from the University of Texas. And this is a pretty good running back at 95 speed, 89 acceleration. But he's got 80 juke and 81 spin already. He's a little small at 5'10". He's going to hide behind those big offensive line in New Jersey. Now, KP, you know Sweets better than anybody. Is this his type of running back?
This guy's a speedster, but I think Sweets normally likes the guys who can do a little trucking. You're not trucking nobody with 58 trucking. You might not. You probably gonna get trucked. So
yeah.
I mean, he's fast, but that's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
All right. You know, anytime a halfback goes off the board, we always got to go to the guru back there in the backfield. Andre, what do you think about Roy Henderson?
Roy Henderson he's a quality back, man. The dude got a lot of attributes that you want in a running back. He got the 80 juke. He got the spin move. And like you said, it's a copycat league. He's seen Melvin Gordon won the MVP, and this is a Melvin Gordon type of a running back. He has the speed. He has the quicks. He has the moves. He has the hands. I would have liked for Mo Booker to pick a running back with one of those picks, or a receiver. He needs playmakers, in my mind, not tight end.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, let's move on to number 23. And it's the homie Tight Work. All right, Tone Dog. Tight Work goes and gets him a superstar center at 23. Darion Rouse coming out of the U. This is a monster. 6'7", 332 pounds. He is going to anchor. He is going to anchor that offensive line. And you know us in the AFC, we got to see Tight Work. This is a guy we had on our draft board pretty high. I didn't think he was even going to make it this far. This was the number one center in the draft, if you ask me. And he got him a superstar, Tone.
Easily. God damn, yeah. I mean, his size just by itself, 6'7", 332. This guy is a fucking beef eater. 89 strength. He's going to be able to hold the point. He's going to be able to hold the point. So this is the center that you wanted. Superstar development. So I would just go ahead and just let him eat. He's going to gain the XP. He's going to keep still eating. And Tight Work loves to throw the ball or to run the ball. So, I mean, he's going to be able to control that D-line, maybe get on that nose tackle and just hold him and, let the ball carriers do what they do.
Yeah, this is a great pick at 23. And we're just going to keep that same mentality going as we move into pick 24. Hamilton quietly had him a decent draft for the Buffalo Bills. And he goes and gets him a halfback, Deion Whitaker, coming out of Alabama. 90 speed, 87 acceleration, 200-plus pound back. But he's got 92 carrying. He's already got good juke move, good spin move, 73 trucking. Andre, Deion Whitaker, better back than what we just saw come off the board to the Jets?
He's definitely a better back. And see, this goes to the overall moves of the Lane Boyle trade. This is another piece that he picked up. He got a quarterback. Now he got a possible franchise quarterback, a possible franchise running back, and he got a linebacker last year. I mean, the guy, he cleaned up on that Lane Boyle trade. He definitely made out really good with that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Whitaker's another piece that could possibly be a franchise running back to go along with Terry, the receiver they already have, and the quarterback that they just drafted today.
No doubt. All right, guys, let's move on to number 25. All right, Taz, it's Jay Skills, and he goes and gets him a left end. Now, I wouldn't keep this guy at left end. This is 6'6", 306 pounds.
Wow.
92 strength, Taz. This guy has 89 power moves, 82 block shed already. This is a monster in Russell Granville. The Seahawks found them a little mini Hulk to anchor that defensive line. What did you think about this pick?
I was like, damn. I gotta contend with this motherfucker now. Shit. I gotta tighten up my offensive line. Go throwing rocks at other folks' houses and shit. Boomerang right back at me because this beast right here, and he's only 22 years old.
Yeah, he's young.
With this shit. Yeah, he's a monster.
Definitely.
Great pick, I tell you.
No doubt. All right, let's move on to pick 26. And here's one of the reasons that the Raiders got to reach. Because you got a superstar cornerback going all the way at 26 in Avery Vilma coming out of University of Central Florida. All right, Tone Dog, this is your co-commish buddy here. The Patriots get him a superstar corner at 26. Is this a great pick for the homie SJ?
At pick number 26, it's a good pick. The guy's a superstar, 205 pounds, 89 speed, 90 acceleration. So he's going to be able to keep up, especially the way SJ plays. I mean, no chicken, but he like man.
And he loves dropping those two safeties down. Man was dropping the two safeties down. Yeah.
Hey, let me write this down. Let me write this down.
So, the guy's 72 overall, 81 zone. I mean, SJ will definitely find a place for this guy. And plus, he's got a last name Vilma. I mean, he's got the pedigree.
He's got the pedigree for the Patriots, no doubt. All right, guys, let's move on to 27. All right, KP, I asked you earlier if you had a couple wide receivers to combat with that cornerback that John picked up. And that was a little, tongue-in-cheek kind of question because here we go. Adrian Larson, a Tennessee Volunteer. Look at this guy here. 5'9", 179 pounds. But he has 92 speed, 95 acceleration. You better back up right now against Larson. KP, what'd you like about this guy?
Man, everything, man. I mean, he had good speed, good catching, good acceleration. He's just a little short. You know what I'm saying? I guess I don't want to tell Adrian this, but he wasn't my first pick. My first pick was Granville, the DN from the Seahawks. But
yeah,
I got my man right here, man. We're gonna put him out there and run past that cornerback that the Green Bay Packers got and run past him in the division. So
watch. Well, you've been doing that for a couple seasons now, 3 seasons now. So why would that change? We all know John, a.k.a. Owen. But let's move on to the number 28 pick. And here's the tight end, Andre, we were talking about that boy Good picks up with the Chargers. Everett Karstens coming out of Stanford. Quick development, 81 speed, 83 acceleration, 70 route running. But he's got 86 catch and traffic, 82 spectacular catch. And he's a quick development. Is this the best tight end in the draft?
Let me touch on Vilma real quick because I just wanted to touch on it. The guy they were calling him Baby Prime. Who was calling him that in the draft stories? They called him Baby Prime. I mean, they missed on that one. But let's talk about Everett Carson.
They must be talking about Deion Sanders Jr. That's the baby prime, because there's only one prime time. There's only one Deion Sanders ever to play this game.
All right, but look, Everett Carson, man, he's definitely was the best tight end in this draft, and he got selected 8 picks after Mo took his tight end, which Mo tight end is not bad, but this guy's a quick developer. He's going to a great team who already has the MVP in Gordon, and they got P. Daddy Rich. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna be ready to roll right in LA and make an impact.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Good pick by Dat Boy Good, who's already a great user. Now he gets another piece at the tight end position. But let's move on. It's King Vitamin and those Jaguars, and he goes and gets him a right guard out of Southern Arkansas. 88 strength. He's already got 81 run block, 80 pass block, 88 impact block. This is a good pick for an already good user who loves to run the rock. Taz, talk about Rodriguez Hundon for the Jaguars.
He's a beast. I mean, he's going to fill in King Vitamin's offensive line. Got Fournette running behind him. I mean, he's in your division. This is somebody you got to worry about now.
Yeah.
You know, Vitamin's coming for you because you're knocking them all out down there. So, great pick by Vitamin.
Yeah, no doubt about that. But let's move on to number 30. All right, Taz. Give us just a quick snippet about Shepard. You picked him at 30, the right outside linebacker coming out of Louisville. What excited you about this guy here?
I was a little nervous about picking him because, in the news feed, they said he had very bad pro day. It just didn't jive with what I saw on his combine numbers. And when I scouted him out, I just said, hey, if I'm a reach, I'm a reach. But I needed him. I went and got him, and I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, was definitely a good pick, especially at 30, already a 79. This is a good pick at right outside linebacker. Can't go wrong with that. But let's move on to pick 31. Andre, it's your nemesis. It's Hot Tub and the Cowboys. Nicholas Rodriguez at right end, 6'7", 242 pounds. Tell us about Rodriguez.
Rodriguez is a fucking bum because he's going to the Cowboys. No, I'm just playing.
Tell us how you really feel, Andre.
He went to the wrong team, man. Great time. Wrong team. It's too bad, man, because he's going to waste his career in Dallas. The dude Rodriguez was on the gridiron. He showed what he can do. And I was surprised a little bit that he lasted 230. I mean, this is kind of a good value pickup right here. He got 83 speed. He has great finesse moves, 85, so he can dip a shoulder. Now, at 242, though, I got a couple tackles that's going to love Rodriguez. Because, P. Ryan, we running the ball. We running right at Nicholas Rodriguez.
Everybody. So I don't think that's not a fair assessment. But KP, did you like this pick at 31?
That was a pretty good pick, man. I mean, Hot Tub, he knows, like you said earlier, man, he knows how to develop players, man. So we'll see if this guy gets on the field or not. But like I said, he was on the gridiron card. That's something that he looked at. So we'll see how he turns out.
All right, as always, we'll finish at pick 32. It's the Super Bowl champ expert. Listen, guys, that is never going to get old to me. The Super Bowl champ in the Dynasty. I have arrived. It's official. But we go and get us another offensive lineman, Lonnie Mullins. I was very surprised that this left guard made it all the way to 32. 344 pounds, 6'5". Wow. He's only 21. He's got 91 strength. 80 run block, 78 pass block, 84 impact block. Tone Dog.
Yeah.
Is it surprising that some of these guys make it all the way to 32?
It is, man. I mean, talking now just on the show with you guys, and we're talking about the 32nd pick. And we looked at a few tackles and guards that actually came before this guy. I think you actually got the best of the best. 91 strength, 344 pounds. This is a motherfucking monster, man. If this guy gets on you, he's pancaking you all the way down the field. He's locking you up. 77 overall already. He's only 21, 6'5". I mean, this guy. This is definitely going to be on your team forever until you get to the next Madden. I promise.
Yeah.
This guy's a monster.
No doubt till we get to Madden 19. All right, guys, those are the 32 picks. Let's go around the room. Y'all got anything to say to the Dynasty? We'll start with the OG Taz. What you got for the Dynasty?
To everybody that made playoffs last year, again, congratulations to the champ, to you, expert.
Appreciate that.
We got a whole new season. Let's get it going.
Yeah, no doubt the season is upon us. We will start the regular season today. Let's go to the co-commish. All right, Tone Dog, what you got for the Dynasty before we get out of here?
I guess my last words is definitely read the rules. If you've been in here for a while, just go back over them. If you're just coming back, please go back over them. We're not going to be lenient anymore. There's no more warnings anymore. Your quarterback will be sitting. Somebody else might be sitting. So, let's have a good, clean season. Everybody's starting at the same spot right now, even the champ. Everybody's 0-0.
Yeah.
So, just have a good season.
And let's piggyback off that, Tone. If a guy has a question about a rule, what does he need to do?
Well, again, if not in the game, ping somebody.
That's
get
it.
in the main chat. Ask a question. It never hurts to ask a question. There is no dumb question when it comes to fucking math. Well, there might be one or two, but ask a question, right?
But don't play your game. Don't play your game.
Do not play your game. If there's a question, do not play your game. Hey guys, before I play this game, let me go over this rule. Let me make sure I understand it. Right now, if you're in a game and something happens, I would definitely pause, talk to your opponent, maybe reach out to either one of the three commissions. I'm the West Coast, so I'm pretty up late at night. Dion and SJ are up during the day, so one of us will be there to answer your question.
No doubt. There'll be no excuses, especially as we go into the fourth season. In several cycles, the rules haven't changed that much over the years. Get into it. All right, KP, what you got for the Dynasty? We already know you bashed in John's head for the whole show, but what you got for the rest of the Dynasty, KP?
Hey, man, let's go out there and compete, man, and try to make strides, get to the playoffs, get one more win. Like you guys said, man, read the rules. Hey, get your tweaks in. I mean, it helps the league and keeps everything going, man. So let's get it, man.
No doubt. And we are definitely part of the greatest sim league in all of the PlayStation world. All right, Andre, what you got for the Dynasty?
Man, another great draft, man. This is my absolute favorite show to do, the franchise. I love breaking down the draft and breaking down the draft picks. This is where you win or lose, right here. This is where you can take your team from middle of the pack to the top of the pack, or from the bottom to the middle. You have to do it in the draft room. You have to do it in the scouting. Use them scouting points, man. Other than that, man, the Redskins, we back. We had a slow start. We missed the playoffs, but we back. We standing at the chopping block. I'm letting everybody know we standing at the chopping block, ready to scalp some motherfucking heads this year. Hey, and one of the heads that we're gonna scalp, I think, is week 3. It's gonna be the LA Rams. We really
Wow. Well, we hear that every single year from the homie HB. Definitely missed the playoffs by one game last year. No doubt, I believe HB will get the ship righted. He'll win that one extra game and be in. But the competition is tough every single year. Just to make the playoffs in the Dynasty, I've been saying this forever. Just to make the playoffs here is an accomplishment in the Dynasty, because only the top 12 guys get to go. And if you look at the users we got, to be a top 12 is very difficult. The homie Taz is a good user. He just made the playoffs. It's not easy. So when you got guys that are consistently in the playoffs, I know we talk about top guy this, top guy that, but guys like Dat Boy Good, Tight Work, you got the homie KP, Hot Tub, always in the playoffs. It's difficult. So that's what I'm going to leave my parting words with the Dynasty. Anybody can do it. You can make it in. but you got to put that work in year round. It can't just be when the game starts. Andre talked about you got to be a good GM, got to handle your money right. You got to have the right scheme. You got to scout. There's just so much involved. You got to put the time in. But I'm anxious to see what's going to happen this year in the Dynasty. I plan on having another great year down in Houston. We're going to try and go get banner number 2. But guys, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave us a comment, let us know how we did. This your boy Expert, and this has been another episode of The Franchise. We out.